Let's take a moment to talk about the difference between an expression and an equation. There are a couple of main differences. An expression does not have an equal sign. While an equation does have an equal sign. An expression is simplified, whereas an equation is solved. Those are the two main differences between an equation and an expression. Make sure that you know both. You know that an expression has no equal sign and is simplified, whereas an equation has an equal sign and is solved. Now let's move on to talk about an equation. An equation can be true and it can be false. Let me give you an example of an equation that is true. 2 times 3 equals 6. This is an equation. We know it's an equation because it has an equal sign, and we would solve it if we needed to. Okay? So this is an equation, and it's true because we know that 2 times 3 always equals 6. Therefore, this equation is true. Let me give you an example of an equation that's false. Two times 5 minus 6 equals 20. Well, we know this is not true because 2 times 5 is 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. There's no way that it equals 20. Therefore, this equation is false. The solution to an equation are a set of values, is a value or a set of values that makes that statement true. So let's suppose there's some unknown within our equation. We wanted to figure out what that unknown was. In this case, the unknown is x. We have no idea what it was. But maybe we're given a solution set, and your solution set normally is within these brackets. You'll see this in your homework. Some squiggly brackets. And maybe your solution set was 2, -2, and 5. You have 3 possible values that you can replace x for. Well, let's solve this. In order to solve, we can do it a couple of ways. You can do it the way that you learned last year by adding the opposite of the add-in to both sides of the equation and then multiplying by the reciprocal and then solving for the variable. You end up with x equals 4, or you could physically just replace each of these numbers in there. So we know that there is only one solution for this equation, and that one solution is 4. So there exists a solution to this equation. However, within our solution set here, we are only given 3 values, 2, -2, and 5. 4 is not represented within that solution set. Therefore, for this problem, there is no solution. There exists a solution. We know what it is. We know that in order to make this equation true, which we just talked about, what a true equation is, in order to make this equation true, x has to be 4. But since 4 is not within our solution set, there is no solution for this problem.